Hey people, this is Ashley with Music After Dark HTX. Super excited, and I say that every time, but this is fun because you guys just had a show last night. We are not filming at nighttime. I'm getting to get these guys done before you go back to Austin.
Yeah.
So let's say names, position in the band, and then what band you're in.
I'm Hunter, and I'm guitar.
Love it.
My name's Haval, I play drums.
I'm Reagan. I do the vocals. I scream into the microphone, make it everyone else's problem.
And we're the After Dark Society.
Yes. How long have you guys been together?
So technically, Hunter and I have been talking about being in a band since, 2019? I
Yeah.
think we really started taking it serious in 2021.
2020.
2020,
Because
and we
we're-
played our
we're-
first show 2021.
Yes, because we were going to debut right before COVID hit.
Right.
We had the show booked, the lineup, everything ready to go, and then COVID shut everything down.
Shut everything down.
So we had to wait a year.
Real bad for Austin. I don't even
Oh,
recognize Sixth Street anymore, like pre-COVID.
So many venues got shut down with COVID.
The Austin wasn't allowed to have venues having live music, but you could have restaurants having live music. So the venue was selling, what was it, Cheetos?
The venues were selling food so they could get a food license so they could still operate as a venue, but still had music. And
had a little seating arrangement so everyone had to sit down and watch us,
Do you think, for y'all's scene, because you guys are from Austin, you're not from here, do you think that COVID still is the reason why venues close in Austin? Or
It's
hurt.
been lingering, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Well,
definitely, it
and-
might not be the main cause, but it's definitely a
Things are
symptom.
getting bought up left and right
Yeah.
over there. So it's like, I know with the Dirty Dog, that was a
Yeah.
big prominent metal venue on 6th Street that got shut down. They like overnight somebody bought the whole building, the 4, spots there, and overnight they went from like 4 or 5 grand in rent to 20 grand they started asking per month. And
Yeah.
after not having to South by Southwest for the COVID and stuff, they couldn't afford to stay afloat, and honestly quadrupling their rent, that's the kind of shit that's going on. But
that sucks.
But we definitely, scene's definitely coming back. It's
Yes.
definitely,
COVID did help a lot of people stay home so they could practice. They're just doing it.
so the bands sound really good now.
Yes, all of them.
They should, at least anyways, right? Lots of
People
material.
learn how to do their thing without being out in the public. So it's like, yeah, we're still a band, we're still doing a thing, but we have to learn how to practice digitally through computers unless you chance getting COVID with each other. We need to innovate. that year.
I'm so glad that shows are back, live shows, local
Yes.
shows. Well, scene's been needing that, so.
So you guys are here in Houston. Have you played San Antonio, Dallas? Where all have you guys played at? Have you done all over Texas? Have you been out of Texas?
We haven't gone out of Texas yet. That's definitely a conversation we've been having. We've had a couple talks about tours. What just wasn't the right time yet, but that's something that's on our schedule. We've played all over Austin.
Like
Corpus.
San Antonio, Houston,
Abilene.
Abilene. We're talking to some Dallas artists about getting up there. So
Dallas
played
is
San Marcos. It was kind of scattered all over.
Yeah, definitely.
How'd you guys get on the bill for down here? Because you're from Austin. Networking, I'm assuming. Are you guys friends with? Which other band are y'all friends with?
So that was pretty cool. So our go-to venue was Acadia Bar and Grill.
Okay.
I
I was gonna say, yeah, we've had venues closing here too. So
and that was
that's a
our
thing here.
our venue for Houston. When that shut down, we were looking for places. We got a friend of the band who's our official manager. He's been in the scene for 40 years, 50
Yeah,
years.
He's got a lot of connects.
And he knows everyone. And so he was like, "Hey, when y'all playing in Houston?" We need to find venues. Like, give me 5 minutes. And he went,
I know
"Hey,
the
my
owner.
buddy owns
That's
the
that's
Black."
Looney?
Yeah, Looney.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, my buddy owns the Black Magic Social Club. Let's get you on a Saturday night downtown. Be great." And he was absolutely right.
That's really cool. So networking is definitely important, right?
Oh,
Making friends with
absolutely.
And
people.
it's constantly. It seems like every show that we play, we get like another show on the table.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Like,
You know, we were talking to Johnny and the Hellhounds and Bad Trip. You know, everyone was like, "Hey, we'll get you shows at BFE." What was the one Johnny was talking about? It was triple something
No, that's where that punk show was last night.
punk show. Yeah,
Trip 6.
Trip Six,
That's
Trip
the one, yeah,
Six.
yeah.
That's cool.
So always networking.
19th hole, I'm sure y'all would fit in good at 19th hole and down
We're
at
about
Scout
it.
Bar
We just love to
too.
play shows
So
and love to play our music.
Absolutely.
So if someone's like, "Here's a show," we'll jump up.
heck
Yeah.
yeah. So how do you guys come up with your music? Is it one person has all the ideas, or do you guys work together?
So with the current lineup of the band,
Mhm.
it's everyone's involved,
Okay, good.
start to finish. We meet up for practice. You know, I might have some lyrics or an idea. Hunter might have a riff. Haval might have, you know, something in his head. But with this particular lineup, the three of us, we work real well off of each other in the writing process.
Absolutely.
Yeah, our most recent single, Body Count, that was the three of us one day going,
Just jamming.
just jamming,
jamming.
going, this sounds cool.
Hey,
What if we did
Try
this?
some weird chord like this, and that sounds cool.
That's
maybe
how
do
I've
this.
always liked to write
Yeah.
too, you know, and like an actual jamming. There's so many bands these days that are just like manufacturing shit on a computer, and it's like you need to be on your instruments. You
Yeah.
Well,
know?
because I
Like,
asked how, like, does social media help or hurt? Because I think it's double. There's no right or wrong answer.
Right,
Do you know
right.
what I
Double-edged
mean?
sword,
Yeah,
definitely.
I
I mean, if
think
it
if
works,
you
it
use it
works,
right,
yeah.
you can promote yourself. But then there's literally apps that can make me sound like a singer, and I'm telling you, I'm not. Right?
Right.
So is that really fair to, right?
Right.
People that, is it cheating? Right? Is it considered cheating?
Nah,
Depends
it's
how
not
you use it. If you're just like, oh, you're relying on it, and you don't want to better as
Well, now
an
you
artist.
just get AI to write a song for you, right?
and I think that's one of our whenever people compliment us, one of the compliments that I take most to heart is when people go like, you sound, like your recordings, you sound just the same live, like, and that means a lot to us, because we want it to be authentic. When you come to a show, you get that full experience. If you like how the song sounds on Spotify or YouTube, you'll come to the show and get that exact same experience.
but the live version.
But the live version.
And especially us being like a 3-piece,
Yeah.
it's like it's a lot of sound. We've found a way.
And you
to
can only
fill,
hear
you know.
Hunter's fuck ups live. So
Thanks.
Gotta pay good money to come see
Yeah,
us.
you gotta.
$10 is $10.
What?
So let's talk about merch. You guys have it.
we
Yes.
we do.
Merch.
You
We
believe
do.
in it? You think other bands should have it?
I absolutely.
Do you wear your own merch?
Not on stage.
Not
on
Not on
stage.
stage.
There's no right or wrong
It's a
answer.
show.
I
Okay,
don't
there's-
wear
out and
our
about.
own merch. When I first got it, it's like, yeah, cool, we made these, and it's like, I was like, oh,
I got. I had a
I'll read
friend
these to sell.
get my 6-year-old a custom shirt of ours, so he rocks that
Nice.
Mhm.
in the kindergarten.
Yeah, but we got stickers. Stickers are free. Come take a sticker. Come talk to us. Grab a sticker. That we love seeing our stickers pop up around town in
and
venues,
just random places.
random
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, that's cool.
See it under a bridge and go, oh my god,
Or on
Um,
somebody's car.
on
last
somebody's
night.
car.
Yeah, someone had a sticker on their car last night. I don't know whose car that was.
But shirts, we've done hats before.
Yeah, we did. Have
CDs, we have an EP. We're currently working on new music. We got Body Count out now. We got the King Worms, which we played live exclusive at the moment. We got a couple more songs in the pipeline, so we're gonna come out with new material. And with the new material, we're gonna have new shirt designs. I'd love to get some hoodies in there,
some beanies.
some beanies. I
Some
love
booty
merch,
shorts.
Booty shorts.
When I was
Do you
in high
guys
school,
do it yourselves, or are you outsourcing?
We go to different companies.
Okay.
I try to keep it to Texas
Local.
locals.
Okay, cool.
Whoever's got the best rates, hit us up. you know?
Yes, get in our DMs.
shout out to what was it, Seven
Cents
Cents
Printing,
for printing? Yeah,
out of Dallas, Fort Worth. That's who we've been going to lately. Fantastic.
fantastic
Great
turnaround,
prices, great
prices,
turnarounds,
Quality.
super responsive.
clean designs.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
You've had some other companies fumble it a little bit.
Yeah, so we had one
Not to name names. Not to name names.
No, we had one company send us a batch and it wasn't up to par. So it's like, ooh.
Because I guess that's a problem,
The
right?
design
You'd be
on the
like,
shoulder instead of like, in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, logo's not supposed to be on Hunter's belly button.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I try to shop local.
support
Yeah,
local.
So,
Right.
support local.
Same with artists too. You know, we'll, I'll get an idea in my head. You know, for this would be a sick logo or a sick artwork piece, and you know, shop local for artists. Haval's got a homie that we're stoked to be working with some new material,
Here soon, yeah.
new designs.
Dude, that's
We gotta
awesome.
support local. So even if we pay more for a local artist, we're supporting local
100%.
Yeah.
versus hiring someone in Sweden.
Or well,
That's
there's
cool, but-
there's a lot of bands that are literally using AI to
Yeah.
design stuff, and I tried it out to just see how good
The
this
designs were cool.
stuff is, but it's just like I don't know.
But you
And
need that
people
human
have their
element. You need
yeah,
that
people
human
have
element.
their feelings about it, like whether or not that's okay,
Yeah.
or if it's killing the art and killing artists and
Mhm.
this and that, but we'd prefer to just have it organic, you know what I mean? Like,
Tell somebody what you're thinking, they design it, and it's like, oh, cool, a human made that. Oh, yeah.
I love that. So, okay, the Austin music scene. I know it's changed because I graduated from Lander High School.
hey,
Hey.
So before there's like toll roads and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, oh my
Mhm.
goodness, it's changed so much.
I was Round
Is-
Rock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Leander only had one high school when I was there, and then they like built Cedar Park, and now it's like
Yeah.
just blown up. So crazy. Is it hard to book, like get into venues in Austin? Do you have to go through a promoter?
Hunter, I'm gonna let you
Because
answer
you guys,
this.
you guys
'cause
live there, so you're considered like
So
local. So is it hard to get booked in the local music scene?
It's
Austin?
changed.
it's definitely changed.
It's changed over
Even
the
I've been
years.
doing shows for 14 years,
Same.
and I've in and out of bands the whole time. Like, companies come and go, venues come and go. But so you have your set ones, just like we have.
come and take it live. You know, you can dependably get on, 3, 4, 5 shows a year there. You know, maybe more depending.
I've worked with them for years, so we know them. They know.
Well, they used
us.
to be just a
promotion
yeah
company.
promotion
No, they're
Now it's a
company,
venue
you know?
and promotion company.
Yeah.
they
Shout
kind
out
of
to
work
Come
their
and
way
Take
up.
But there's lots of venues. Even if the more established venues are booked up and you can't get on a show, that you can always find smaller venues, really cool holes in the walls.
Fucking Rio Mart, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a gas station convenience stores that,
that plays
shows.
music,
They-
so
Yeah.
you just got to put yourself out there, get your name out there, talk to people, make those connects.
And the under the bridge thing.
yeah,
The
yeah.
under the bridge
Bridge
thing
shows?
because
I
we
haven't
talked
put-
about it
we
with
haven't-
Apex Fallen, and
Are you
I
talking about
thought it was the
Metropolis
coolest.
Bridge? Or
Yeah. So we haven't
fucking
played there
thing.
yet. We were in talks with the band. I think the show fell through last minute, but
Yes, 'cause
we were talking about because we had a show booked, and then the venue double booked shows, if I believe correct, if I
it was
recall
double
correctly.
booked or something
Something like
happened,
that.
and they had to.
And so they're trying to find a new venue last minute for the show. And like 3 days before the show, I was like, "Hey guys, did we ever find a venue?" They're like, "Oh yeah, we're playing the Bridge." I'm like, "Oh sick! I've not heard of that venue. Where's it? It's not a venue. It's the Austin
He's like
Bridge.
Googling it.
We're
He's like,
playing
wait.
underneath the
On top of
bridge
this bridge.
until they shut us down."
I've been to shows over there. They
Yeah.
also have tunnel shows.
The tunnels,
that are in, like,
it's
sewer
literal tunnels,
and-
like sewer tunnels.
Seriously,
Austin
whoever is in
Rise.
charge of those, please get in my DMs.
Absolutely.
because I will make a trip to Austin to film some of that. I think that is the coolest.
Yeah.
That is the coolest
Super
I
shit.
like
DIY.
seeing that too. I like
So
seeing
we have a
that
PA.
too.
That's all that matters.
House parties is
Yeah.
another very real option.
Dude, that's cool.
Playing someone's living room.
Well, shit, back in like 2009, we used to just go to the local park and just invite bands to play a show until the police came and shut it down.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But we used to do shit like that, and then none of this DIY stuff was happening at all. And then so like now that I'm like seeing these new spots and the younger generation, I guess, like starting to do that stuff, I'm like,
They're getting creative. The new
Dude.
generation's creative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
man.
loving it. Loving
Yeah.
it. It's good to see a young scene.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what keeps it going.
Absolutely, Absolutely.
What advice would you give? Okay, let me do this one. Open mics, is that a big thing in Austin? Like, are there bars that do open mic nights and stuff?
There
That
probably
is a
is.
thing,
Signages?
yeah.
Is that a thing?
I haven't.
I've
It-
seen a lot of like open like jams and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like a live jam night. Bring your instrument and jump on stage with everybody else, and just kind of like stuff like that. And there's a lot of, as far as open mics, I don't think they really cater to like full bands. It's a lot of singer songwriters.
Yeah.
Acoustic
People
synth,
people go up, they do comedy open mics everywhere now, and it's like. But as far as getting your full band up there to do an open mic, it's not as
There might be spots, but it's
yeah.
How would people? Okay, so you guys kind of knew each other, right?
Yep.
So that's how you started this band.
Kind of, sort of.
But-
I met him on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hunter and I go way back.
Yeah,
I've been
we
in the
used to work
band like
together.
a year
Year and a half.
now.
Okay, so you didn't say Craigslist. Thank God. Some
Yeah.
people are
Oh,
like,
jeez. I got
how
some
are you like
stories.
people meeting?
The best way is to just go to local
Okay.
shows.
Go to shows,
You
meet
talk,
people. and-
Absolutely.
Oh, hey, my band's looking for a drummer. Hey, my friend so and so is a drummer. Maybe I'll link y'all up. And
Absolutely.
We got a
and-
band.
and
We've been looking for a guitar. you know,
Exactly.
like-
And just like venues, bands come and go, bands start, they break up. So there's always someone who's just fresh out of a band looking for a new one.
especially in Austin.
Especially in Austin. And then
Is there a lot of people that are in several bands?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Okay,
100%.
so that's-
Mm-hmm.
The entire scene has 6 drummers?
Yeah. Shout out to Joseph New Moon. Oh my
There
God,
we
he's
go.
in 5 bands. Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
the show last night, everybody was doing double duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's definitely, I'd say it's mostly drummers, which is to be expected, in double bands or multiple bands. Couple guitarists, vocals.
There's a few vocals
There's
that
a
do
few
multiple
vocals,
bands.
yeah.
So how does that work? Because I'm assuming all you guys have day jobs.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh man, we make it work. It's
That's why we practice. We get one practice a week, just about.
yeah,
But it goes like 8 hours.
yeah.
And the little ones, you know what I mean?
We all have-
We're
we all have
We're all
kids.
fathers. We all have kids, so it's
We all work. So Saturdays is let's get the kids together. The kids can play. We can do music. That's
Yeah.
what-
It
and,
works out good. I've never had that with any other band.
That's
where
actually,
I actually
smart
got
doing it like that actually.
and it's all for the love of music. We make it work because the music is our passion. That's our artistic outlet. That's what we want to do. We all work 9 to 5s. We all have responsibilities, but we all find time to make the band work, make the dream come true.
I mean, you have to, right? This almost
Absolutely.
does have to be a priority too.
Mhm.
That's why every
definitely
every
have to
Saturday
find
we've only
balance.
missed a handful of Saturdays the past year.
Yeah.
Unless it's shows.
that's
then we have to-
therapy, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's my therapy session.
That
you
keeps
know?
us sane. Keeps us
So-
grounded.
There's a question: are you doing it because it is therapy for you guys,
I have
or
to do it. I mean, I had to.
because you're trying to be on the radio and be a rock star and do da 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 da, like,
So
or both? You can say both.
So yeah, so I'd say it's both because I think the dream for any musician is to be able to earn a living
Yeah.
doing your passion. So
Support
it
your
is a
dream.
business. It is a lot of work, but I wouldn't do it if I didn't 100% love it. And I think I speak for all of us.
Especially
on
after
that.
so long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
14 years of doing it. It's like, how
Oh, I
many
love it.
bands have we gone in? It's like that dream just keeps getting chipped away at every band that fails, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
well,
should I quit now or should I find new members and start from scratch?
right.
So
And
that's
then-
that's why this band is so important for us that it continues because this is my first band outside of high school. I had bands in high school, but it's my first serious band, and I found 2 guys that share a vision, that are in the same spot that I'm in. They understand. We sync up on music, so it's imperative that this band succeeds because that love for music is there and it's so
Yeah.
important.
So you were in bands in high school. So you always knew, like when you were a little kid, hey, I want to be a musician when I grow up.
Absolutely.
You always knew.
Absolutely.
You always knew.
Yeah, well, shit, I think I was 16 when I started my first
Yeah.
band, and what it was like, I think in 2009 I was in a nice metalcore band that got so much
Attention.
so
and
much
promise.
attention, you know, and it was like I had, you know, at 18 years old, people were like bringing things to me to sign for them, and I'm like, what is this, you know? So it
And-
was definitely like the input, you know, from others that it's like, dude, you're, you know, I'm like, well, if I can do this, I should do it, you know? Like,
The second I found out how much math goes into being an astronaut, I went, okay, music.
yeah.
Music's
Oh,
for me.
I thought you were gonna say, I just can't count past 4 now.
Well, I still can't count. You know, I still can't count in seven.
We
So,
can't play
yeah.
that one song, we can't count to 7.
Did you always know that you wanted to be a musician?
I started playing piano at 4,
Okay, so yeah.
and so music's always been in my life. But once I picked up guitar and it was like, oh, this is fun. I like the rock music, and then it's like I relate. I don't know. My parents don't listen to what I listen to, but
Well, see, I was gonna say, are your parents
The support,
supportive of
yeah.
that, or were
Uh,
they like
they are
lawyer,
now.
doctor, astronaut, like you know, rock music's devil music type stuff,
Yeah.
or are they all
Oh,
like super cool with it?
My folks don't get it. They don't get them. They're like, we support you. We don't understand the screaming. My dad was a country folk artist, so he was like, I don't know why you couldn't just, you know, play the acoustic guitar, you know, and sing, but they were super supportive, you know. They wanted my dream to happen. Both of my parents have come out to shows,
Okay, cool.
so they've been very supportive. Sorry, I didn't mean to take over.
No,
Good
no,
job.
you're good. Yeah, I never really had that much support, you know. It was just kind of on my own accord with it all, and yeah, you know, unless
Your
you're
dad's got a lot of pride in you, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, you know, it's easy to see the kind of passion I have for this. So it's like, even if somebody else hates it, like they can see what I'm doing and know that I love it. You know, so that's
Well, I'm sure at a younger age, your parents thought it was like a phase or something, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, my mom
they'll
definitely
outgrow
did.
it.
well, especially
my
drums.
parents just
right?
like,
And now
they
my
grew
parents
up
like,
on
man,
music."
he's almost 30. I don't think he's outgrowing this.
Oh my
Yeah, it
gosh.
was hard to get a drum set. My first drum set was like years of begging, you know what I mean? And then, you know, then I lost so much money into this craft for so long, you know.
It's an
drums
expensive
is
hobby,
like-
right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
It's an expensive hobby.
And I've had, you know, I had a storage unit broken into like 2 years ago, and they took like $8,000 worth of
Ugh.
gear.
Music instrument.
Yeah, I had a nice
instruments.
custom kit and a lot of badass shit in there, and so I like, you know, that took a huge hit. I had to quit my band because I had lost all my gear, and
That sucks.
but it was just like I had to keep going, you know. I put a kit back together. That's how we met on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Facebook.
I was
We
like,
were
somebody
friends already.
Yeah, let's
I
hear
was like,
this
somebody
story.
give me a reason to buy these
Symbols.
These, yeah,
So,
these
it's like,
A
so you're
customs.
looking for, so you're not in a band, and you're looking for a band. What genre do you play? Is the question. You play our music, and you're not in another band? That doesn't exist.
Yeah. I was like, well, I'm just building my gear back up and everything.
Well, let's
so
chat. You know, let's
yeah, chipped away.
let's hang out once and see how it goes. And
Been there ever since, right?
yep.
Because I would assume being in a band is like being part of a family too,
Oh, no,
right?
this band is a family.
you would have to probably like vibe well,
Yeah.
right,
Yes.
with the members.
Mhm.
So
And to expand on that, you know, Hunter's wife Jasmine gets on stage with us to do vocals to the point where now she has her own project that you know, what, summer 2025. Let's go ahead and put that out. in the
yes,
universe,
wait,
yeah.
hold on, wait,
Um,
wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wave. Yeah, breaking
Yeah.
news. Can we talk
Elixir,
about it?
Summer 2025. Jasmine Zombie on vocals. Hunter playing guitar. I'm also doing vocals, aren't I?
Yes, you
And
do.
then
It's literally, our band is literally the same lineup, plus my wife.
yeah,
Dude, I
so-
love
But she's
it.
the main star vocal on that
one.
So y'all must really get along with each other.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. it really is a family. My kids refer to them as Uncle Hunter,
And then,
Uncle
yeah.
Haval,
That's
Aunt Jasmine, you know, so absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
they're
very
all blood related, but it's all uncles, aunts.
Yeah, I've been kicked out of bands because I have a child. You know what I mean? Like it's it's like that, you know, sometimes. So finding people that are, you know, we're all on the same page with everything. It's like such a, you know, yeah, such a blessing.
What
You know,
rock star
doesn't
doesn't have
come
a kid?
around.
That's
right,
an
that's-
abnormality.
I don't know.
What about radio stations there, local radio stations? Are they supportive of the
We just know the
local?
podcast, the ATX Metal podcast.
Is that it?
Homie Ryan's been doing that for
We've
years.
gone
but-
on, what was it, Deep Dallas Radio before?
Yeah, we've done Deep Dallas Radio. That was a few years ago. Other than that,
I think that's still,
Radio,
you know,
yeah, there's not
that
much-
door's still open there. We just have to reach back out to them, you know.
Well, we have the buzz that sometimes they didn't do it this year, but they'll have local bands submit their songs, and then they'll pick 10 or 12 and play them basically throughout the month of December.
We don't really have local. I mean, we've done stuff like that, but it hasn't been super local, right? I mean,
Yeah, like I said, Dallas and stuff like that. Maybe it's just us not, you know, knowing the connects and who to talk to, but in the Austin scene, we haven't really gotten on local radio
If
stations.
video killed the radio star, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Seriously, oh my gosh, that's so true. So what shows do you guys have coming up? Do we have any shows coming up?
we have 3 this month. So we played last night at Black Magic Social Club.
In Houston.
Hell yes.
Beautiful venue. Absolutely love it.
Oh, I was gonna come shop next door.
Yeah, that store is
Oh.
very cool.
That place, I would buy that whole store if I could.
The 10th.
We're playing in
the 10th. We're playing San Antonio. What's that?
Fitzgerald's.
Fitzgerald's.
Okay.
It's next Friday. If anybody's in San Antonio. and then what?
The
Hometown?
19th at Come and Take It.
Yeah.
In Austin.
With Stoneside.
Stoneside, they're from here.
Yeah.
Dogma, Stoneside.
They're local Austin. Yeah.
Dispositions is headlining.
Dispositions, yeah. And then San Antonio, I'm sorry, I've seen the flyers, I've looked at the flyers, I'm still
It's all
recovering
good.
from last
Yeah,
night.
everyone's recovering.
San Antonio, we're playing
It's
with
early.
Living Hollow.
Living Hollow, and they are homies. They are
So
fantastic, man. I mean, all these bands we're playing with, you know, we love all of them, but
But
you
they're
know,
a newer band and they have it down.
yeah,
Their live show is fantastic.
you know,
Their energy is high. They play their parts so well.
Because it should be like a show, right? Like entertaining.
absolutely.
I don't know because I don't know what venues look like there, but I know here I feel like sometimes they might not fill up because the same bands are always playing, right? A lot.
Mhm.
It happens.
And sometimes people just they seem like they don't even want to be there. I'm
Right.
totally saying that. Please don't cancel me.
Well,
But
you know,
sometimes even the band seems like
I'm just here to
I-
collect
they don't
want to
be there.
I
yeah,
do- I do
they're not
believe-
even feeling it.
I
so.
do believe that, you know, you can get into a routine, you get a little saturated because I love playing in Austin, but you have 3 shows in Austin a month, you know, you see the same people. I think as a band, it's so important to be able to go out of town, meet new people, get new crowds.
play
get
with
new
different
experience.
genre bands.
Playing
Like
with
last
different
night-
genre bands.
Last night was a whole mix of different. It was all in the same rock metal category, but it was
It was some were thrashy, some were punk, Bad Trip. They had a little bit of everything.
A lot of people shy away from bills like that, we don't fit the bill, this and that. But we love playing shows like that because it's we're playing for new ears that would never have heard of us before.
Do you
unless we
think
did it.
more places should do that and mix up,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
an extent.
right?
Absolutely.
Not
I
always-
don't know if you could throw a country artist in a metal band.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to it,
But in Austin, we're talking with local rappers about booking,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, a rap metal show. You know,
because I play guitar for a rap artist in Austin, and he came out to our show and he was like, "Hey, I want to do a show like my rap set and y'all's band, and then
like
get y'all on a song."
We think that's so
and-
cool.
yeah,
That's
like I,
really
li-
cool.
I live
Let's
for
come
that.
on.
You know,
Let's bring our stuff to the rap clubs
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
you know,
and-
I want to walk away from a show becoming a fan of a rap artist
Yeah.
that I wouldn't have checked out otherwise,
Right.
and having, you know, kids that listen to rap go, "Holy fuck, what was that?" You know, there were breakdowns and shit. You know, I got in a mosh pit. I think that's really, really cool.
See, and that's why I think it's always important to stay for a show, right?
Yeah.
Because you might be going to see this one band, and you might actually hear something
Right.
that you actually like. Is that a problem? Do you notice, like, do people, so, like, I always think, like, the headlining position is, like, okay, the person that ends it, right? But
Right.
I see so many times venues are empty by that time, so is that maybe not the best spot to play in?
Hunter knows the
Anymore?
exact spots that are like the sweet spot.
So the second to last is always a solid spot on the bill.
If you have a lot of bands, you know, you definitely want to hit that like 9 o'clock spot, you know.
If it's a big
This is
bill,
what- yeah.
middle, so you a mix of staying for my friend's opening, and then I'll leave like 3 bands later, or my friend band's play late, so I'm gonna show up late.
I think, you know, people, you know, you never know what, you know, people have on their plate. So if you can only show up for a couple hours, hey, that's better than not showing up and not supporting local.
You still came out and supported.
If you can stay, you know, I think, you know, if you can stay, it'd be really important to stay. You know, short of like having to drive 3 hours to get home and, you know, pick up my kids from my mom or something, you know, I always try to stay for all the bands. I think that's
We
you know,
definitely
if
try
you
to stay
can
as
do
long
that,
as-
it's definitely important.
We're usually there the whole time. We all are parents, so there's like, hey, gonna come.
But, like,
Relieve the
babysitters bailing
yeah.
out.
You know,
So-
especially with like the younger bands, you know, you got kids that like have school the next day, you know, they might not be able to stay till 2 in the morning.
Is there a lot of younger bands in Austin? Because we have, like, Garbage Girlfriend here. They're, like, 14, 15.
Garbage Girlfriend.
So we have
That's an awesome
um,
name.
Oh, they got
Kate and the
they got a-
Crushers.
they got a
Kate
great
and the
story.
Crusher, they are 9, 10, and 11,
Yeah,
and they are spectacular.
I sounded like shit at that age.
I didn't want to play
And
after them. They were so good.
They are so good. And so, you know, you got bands like that.
That support, you can see the support
Yeah.
with them. You
Do
know,
they
it's
have a
like,
hard time getting booked because
No.
of their age?
No, their
no.
parents are like their managers, and they've played some really cool. Like
They're
That's
like
cool.
their
They're on
parents
these
are all
cool
connected
bills.
into the scene. The kids are homeschooled so that they can play late. We've played a couple of shows with younger bands like Needle Freak.
yeah, they're younger. Inside the Hollow, they're
Inside the Hollow.
they're on the young.
And
high
so
school.
definitely a healthy young scene in
There's
Austin, and that's
popping up. Yeah,
fantastic.
That
there's
is
Absolutely.
awesome.
And they're making their own scenes
Yeah.
here too. You
the
know,
DIY stuff. We were just
exactly.
talking
That's
about,
where
like,
the bridge and the tunnels comes from. That's you know, them playing house shows, and that's so
Yeah.
important. You know, I think the Austin
They're
music scene, the
creative.
future
Their
is
scene's
bright.
creative, and they are open. It's like, hey, I have some friends that are younger that are in bands, and they reach out to me and say, hey, I know we're using amps. 'Cause I don't use amps anymore. I use all digital, and they're just like, hey, how do you do it? Because that's awesome. I want to eventually get to that, but it's like,
Right.
it's
We're explaining in-ear systems and like they're
I'm not gonna
trying to get
gatekeep.
the
That's
yeah,
cool,
you know,
though.
we
That's
we
really
try to
cool that
help
you're
them out.
trying to help them.
or book shows with them
and not being
Absolutely.
salty about it, right?
That's actually
Like,
how we got
oh, I don't want
I'll
to
do
teach
whatever I
this
got.
because,
That's
that's,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
how
I
we got
mean?
the
Like,
That's how we
Podcast.
got this podcast was because we were talking to
Johnny from Johnny in the Hell House.
Yeah.
No, wasn't there? Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, 'cause
But yeah,
Well,
you know, so
Johnny and the Hellhounds isn't exactly a young band, but they're still great.
they
I was
are
thinking of
It
that
just connects.
other.
it's not like
Inside the
gatekeeping.
Hollow.
You know,
Yeah.
someone's got- hey, who was it? Hell in Orbit. There's like we're trying to get into Austin. I was like, hey, here's this guy. He's the best person to go to in your shoes, and hit him up.
But yeah, the younger generation, that's the lifeblood of the scene.
I
Without
had them on the podcast and actually asked them because I usually ask like, "Hey, what's places you haven't played before, right?" And they said Scout Bar, and I'm like,
Ah.
"Okay, Chris, get in my DMs." Literally the next morning, they're booked like in February or something at Scout Bar. So I'm like,
Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
"Yay!" And I
I've
like,
always heard of Scout Bar. I've never been.
it's cool. It's a cool venue.
We're playing. BFE.
That's how I met all of.
BFE
We're playing BFE in March.
in March for Josh's birthday
Oh, his
party.
birthday. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we're
That's
headlining his
actually
birthday
on my
show.
Shout out
calendar.
to Josh. He is.
That's a homie.
That
right
is
there.
a homie. That is an absolute homie.
He shows up to some of the podcasts sometimes when I film him over at Joseph's place.
Very cool.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
That'll be cool. So you guys will be back in March.
Yeah,
Yes.
Josh literally told us yesterday he wants to get our logo tattooed. It's like,
And I was like, so we're just gonna have to give you free tickets to all our shows for life.
Ticket.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we could have filmed that. Seriously.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hey,
We
where's your
gotta
ticket?
film
He
it.
just goes, nah, I'm with the band.
I'm with the band.
We should like replace all our social media logos with his like
Yeah.
tattoo, dude.
But no, he definitely he supports local for real.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah,
he
he's
is
always
always
sharing-
at shows
Mhm.
and like yeah, that's
I
cool
love
that you
seeing
guys
that.
are
You know.
And I mean, he believes it too. He believes
He
in
comes to
local
Austin
bands.
to watch our shows.
Yeah.
You know, there have been times where like, you know, you're like, there have been times where I've been like, man, what am I doing? And it's Josh going, you got to keep doing what you're doing. You know, like the scene needs you. The scene needs bands like you. You know, and so like just to get that level of support from the scene.
Yeah.
You know.
I saw him last night. I'm like, yeah, you're here.
Yeah, because our boy Reagan picked him up.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was like, hey, I'm 45 minutes away. Can you come get me? Say less. I'm there. You know, send me your address. I'll go get you.
Yep. See, and that's cool because that's how it should be, right?
Mhm.
Like that's literally supporting local, like for real. I love that.
Sorry, I gotta go, y'all.
No, you're good.
Awesome meeting
Hey,
y'all.
you as well, brother.
Y'all enjoy, be safe.
You too,
And,
boss.
Hopefully we'll see y'all soon.
Till the
Yes,
next
sir.
time. Man.
All right, bye y'all.
Bye.
He said something super profound to me last night at the show. I'm at the urinal, and he goes to the urinal right next to me, and he goes, you know, you never buy the beer, you're just renting it. And that was deep. That was deep,
Mind blown.
right?
Then he tells the story behind it. I guess he had heard it before, but he said it was in Austin, right? Or
I guess.
he met some guy that was older than Jesus.
Little older
and
than
he-
Jesus, yeah.
He said that, and he was like, "Okay, yeah, I believe it now." Are y'all cool with like interacting with fans?
Yeah,
like when
absolutely.
you get done with the show and they come over. Is that
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I live.
are y'all
for it.
weirded out by it, or
No.
you're like, no?
Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. You know, when I was 15, going to my first shows, you know, I'm still fans of bands that I went and talked to, and they let an awkward 15-year-old talk their ear off for 30 minutes about how much their music means to them. So
Right.
like that sticks with me, you know. So your fans come talk to us. We'll sign stuff. We'll sit and chat. You know, we'll share stories. All that good
So
stuff.
we're all human.
Yeah.
Like, what makes me like, oh, I'm just gonna sit in the corner and not talk to anybody else, even though they're here to watch me? Oh, I don't want to talk to them. No,
We're all pretty easy to talk to. Too,
Uh-huh.
I think we're all pretty chill.
I live for the interaction.
You ever have a weird experience at a show with a fan or anybody? Like, has that happened?
I mean,
The- I feel like there was one.
well, okay. Okay. So I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah, you don't have to
right?
say names.
What's the show? Is the show?
Well, I'll tell you. He sent what was it, a minute and a half bong rip to the band page.
Oh, that guy.
He was
He's a
doing.
huge fan, but
He was sending us
Once he-
raps. You know, like, hey,
I wrote a rap for you guys. We should like do a collab. It's like, what? That's
So-
cool. Shout out to him. He knows.
So nothing over the top, just some very enthusiastic fans.
Yes, he saw us. Oh god, I know the show too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you still don't shut him out. We're still just
No,
I
dude,
still
we
check
love
him.
him.
Like,
Yeah.
He always was.
We're always
like,
inviting
hey,
him out to shows.
I'm jamming
Yeah.
your song and hitting this bong. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, and like you
Thanks for
guys
support.
are in, married and stuff, but
Yeah.
obviously you have strong women that understand the music scene. Do
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? So you guys are a band of dudes. So I'm
Yes.
sure there's probably ladies that I'm assuming flirt with you guys.
Hunter chases them
Just
off.
like
Just that
female
awkwardness.
female bands, do you know what I mean? I'm sure have dudes that are
man.
Garbage Girlfriend
just
had an
point in
issue
my direction
at a
or what?
bar with like a creeper dude, you know what I mean? They're
Mhm.
girls. So I mean it happens. Wives are understanding though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened? Or girls like you
There's
know?
no drama like that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think
we don't have
Haval's the player of the group. You know. But
I'm single. I'm a single father and
Yeah.
raised my son by myself. But
But,
it's like, you
um,
know,
So see, that would make dating hard because you're a
Yeah,
single
I don't
parent
get out
and,
And he's in a
you're in a
deathcore
band.
band.
So yeah, ladies, get in my DM. I offer a dating service.
Hey.
Hey.
so if any girls do come, we just point them to Haval. You know, there you go.
That's
I love that. That's
amazing.
great. Oh my gosh. So what other fun stories do we have? You guys want to tell?
Let's see. Following up on the live show and the experience that you were talking
Mhm.
about.
Oh, yeah. I was
Right
mentioning
now,
the same
so
thing.
we're working on new music, new songs. Hopefully, we'll have an EP or an album out relatively soon, next couple months, or ready to release in the next couple months, rather. But also, we are putting together a light show with stage boxes and smoke machines, and we are doing things that I don't think have ever been done before. And I am so excited about that. Like that on a
I
second
haven't
to the music.
There's a few bands that do lights, but we've built all the boxes from scratch, and he found the designs, and we made them. I've never seen them made like we're making them.
Some DIY stuff, trying
I love
to
that.
make it exciting. We didn't want to do the same thing everybody else is doing.
We had another light show. It was cool, but the hassle for what it was, and it wasn't the coolest looking thing either.
Right.
So-
So just
So you're like, we're just gonna do it ourselves.
absolutely. So
Bought lights,
second
mounted
to the
in
music,
boxes, and
creating our own, stage lights. That's a part of the experience. That's something I'm really excited
I
about.
don't want to hear perfection at a show. I want to be like, this dude's banging on wood shells. This guy's playing on a piece of wood with strings on it.
Yeah.
He's yelling into something that just makes your voice louder. It's like we're humans making shit happen. And
Yeah.
I've been to plenty of big shows, and the band just stood there. It's like, cool. I could have heard that for free in my car. If I paid $30 to get in, plus this $10 beer, just to stand here and just
Want the interaction.
see you
want
from
the
like
show,
far away.
you
I
were
was like,
saying.
Yeah.
I want you to be like interacting. It's like, oh, their energy. I want to move around. It's, man, that was great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always tell that difference, from the national touring acts and stuff like that. It's like, you walk away from a show like that and you're just like, wow, inspired, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just they have the lights, they had the energy, they had the sound, they had, the interaction, they had, and that's kind of, we're trying to get there, even at a local level. We haven't even been out of the state yet, but it's like, we want to be.
But you've been out of Austin, so that in
Yeah.
itself is something to be.
And to be fair, Texas is a huge state.
Yeah,
It's
right.
a huge state.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally it takes a day just to get out of Texas. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Like that's the worst
Do a
part
whole
of
tour in
going
Texas,
Oh, Reggie done-
anywhere up north. Like my oldest lives in Missouri, and when he comes down,
Yeah.
he's like, "God," and I'm like, "Yeah, see you in like 16 hours."
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how long it's gonna take you to get through Texas.
It's like half of that is Texas.
yeah.
Mhm.
No, I think it's definitely. You guys should be proud of yourselves because you have gotten out of Austin,
Yeah. Thank you.
and now you've been on a podcast.
Yeah.
That's
First one. Thank you.
Which is cool. So I'll just do this announcement too with you guys. So this eventually will play on my Friday night spot. So at Friday night at 8 p.m., my podcasts get played at the Houston Collective.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And we're about to start having to do 2 of these a month live. So literally when I get done here, I'm like going to learn how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, my people cuss, right? So eventually this will be cool. And I can actually send you guys a link to the Houston Collective so that
Yeah.
maybe you guys can go be on their podcast.
Oh, thank you
Because
so
theirs
much.
is set up a little different and
Thank
you can
you
actually
so
like
much.
play and they record you and
Oh, wow.
it's a whole thing. So we're sharing and it's cool.
Sharing is
Really
caring.
trying
Absolutely.
to support.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for
And
the
it's
support.
all about
This
sharing.
is so cool.
And I am so happy that you guys came and did this, even though you didn't show last night.
That's fine.
So
I'm glad we were able to do it.
I'm glad
you know.
Hunter was able to get
Found
here
the
eventually.
place.
Yeah.
do you guys have any shout outs? Anything you wanna people you wanna give shout outs to, anything like that? No.
I'm sure I'll go, oh, fuck, why didn't I
You
shout
can
them out?
and you
know?
can and I'll put them in. I can put them in the bio.
Love to the local Austin scene. Shout out to Come and Take It Live. We played Black Magic Social Club last night. Shout out to them. All the bands we played with. American
Victor,
Witch.
give shout out to Victor. He-
Victor.
Yeah.
Out of Abilene.
Snake Eye Productions.
Snake Eye Productions. Shout out to him. The bands we played last night: American Witch, Bad Trip, Johnny and the Hellhounds, Held in Orbit. Great show.
A lot of fun with that show.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Looney for helping make that
Yeah,
happen.
thank you to Matthew Looney, our unofficial official manager.
I love that so much. Yeah, and now that I've recorded you guys, I've officially done almost everyone off the bill last night.
Woohoo!
There's one band missing. You know who you are. Get in my DMs. So this is so fun. Oh my gosh, you guys are great.
Thank you so much.
So you can just wave and say bye, whatever you want to do.
Bye.
However you want to end it. I love it.